Good morning, travelers, pre-med students, and undergraduates. Welcome to Doctor's Inn. This is where medical experiences are shared, study strategies are examined, and life lessons with a sprinkle of advice and habits are served.
So today we have here with us Dr. Anjali, who is a full-time medical psychiatry resident.
I would encourage, it's okay to have interests outside of medicine. I think it fleshes you out more holistically. Both it makes you happier as a person, it makes you a more interesting candidate, and ultimately, those interests will help you relate to your patients down the line and just make you a more well-rounded person, which is what we, need in medicine, is what I think.
Yeah, that reminds me of something that you, I believe, started on Instagram, the hashtag not just a student, not just a nurse, not just a, etc. So do you mind talking a little bit about that and your inspiration for starting that?
Yeah, so that was a really exciting campaign for me. It came, out of the idea that I felt like a lot of my anxiety and sad feelings, depression, everything like stress in medical school was that early on, I thought I had to just give up myself to medicine, study 24/7, that medicine was supposed to be all consuming. And if it wasn't, I would feel guilty. Like if I wasn't studying, I'd feel guilty. I would cancel a lot of plans. I wasn't coping very healthily in terms of transition,
Yeah.
Medical school is like this big title that comes with expectations, and people are like, oh, you won't have a social life. You won't just be studying forever. And I thought that was what I had to do. And it wasn't healthy, and it didn't, produce very good results. I didn't do great. And one year I failed my first test. It was not the first test I failed. I wasn't class topper by any means. And for all the studying I was putting in, I wasn't getting anything in terms of amazing grades out of it. And I also just was sad and anxious and tired all of the time. It was only until I started counseling, and my counseling encouraged me to start doing things that made me happy that weren't necessarily medicine focused or medicine related, and emphasizing that you don't have to feel guilty for doing those things, that I felt like I was able to come at my coursework, with a better mindset and perform better as a result.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to push the whole, we're not just students, we're also humans that have other interests, and that's perfectly fine. I feel like the medicine culture I was growing up in, going through, was you're a medical student and that is it. You are a doctor and that is it. But there's all these wonderful people that I met through second year, third year, fourth year that had so many interesting interests outside of medicine, and that sure, we're doctors, but this is our day job. I always tell my medical students that come on our service, if something's going on, it's okay to bring it up. Tell me you need the day off to go pick up your son who's sick. You need a mental health day or something. Just let me know. You're not going to get in trouble.
That's so nice.
Yeah, I think it's important, It's a demanding field.
It should be the new norm.
It should, 100%.
Yeah.
The field is demanding, and I think the only way to really get through it in a healthy way and, prevent burnout is to remember that you're human and you're allowed to take time for yourself to do things outside of your career path and your career ultimately.